Sweet Cheeks, Alexia, and Mama.
Good evening, Las Vegas. And people around the world.
Motherfucking Malaysia.
There you go.
I don't know. Somewhere.
And how about for all the mothers on Mother's Day?
Yes.
For all you motherfuckers.
Yeah, there's some of those out there too.
Well, there wouldn't be no mothers if there weren't any motherfuckers.
Right?
So true. So true. So true. So what did you do for Mother's Day today, Sierra?
Nothing.
Nothing. Oh, was
No.
Boy with his dad?
No.
No, he was with you. Oh, because you had your foot up today, resting.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that's good. I went to dinner with my family. You were hungover. We know that because it was all over Facebook.
But I'm technically not a mother, so I could be.
You could be a mother.
Mother.
A mother.
You're a fur mama.
I am. I did go after my checkout from my staycation. I did go get myself a pedicure.
I did that today too, and I even sprung for the sugar scrub,
Wow,
the orange flavored
fancy.
sugar scrub today
Fancy,
on my pedicure. I was like, yeah, let's treat yourself on Mother's Day.
You know, even as a kid growing up, Mother's Day was never really a big deal in our household because, I don't know, and I mean, I get it. I get the day, but it's like I don't need a day to tell my
love
mother
your
I love
mom,
my
right.
mother or appreciate her.
Yeah, we always made my mom a special dinner or whatever, but you're right, we would do that a lot on Sundays anyway for Mom.
I happen to think that Mother's Day, same thing with Father's Day, is more for the husbands or the men, the baby daddies, to
Get their shit together for one day.
to recognize because you need to remind them, maybe not so much the kids, no, I'm just kidding, that hey, you need to appreciate this woman.
Right. Well, I think every day's Mother's Day because moms do a lot of work. So I think every day should be Mother's Day.
And there's plenty of dads out there today who do both
Yeah,
daddy and mom.
you're
and,
right.
We always seem to, badge on Father's Day. When it comes around, I'm sure you guys see all the Facebook posts. Oh, that motherfucker, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But,
No, there's a lot of fathers that pull double duty. So.
Yeah, so shouts out to them today, too. So.
Yeah, I agree. It got hot in Vegas for 1 week. We were in the 90s, and now we're back in the 70s. I'm not liking it.
It's totally fucking with my allergies.
Oh, yeah, and the wind is probably fucking with your allergies, huh?
Yeah,
I'm ready for it to be in the 90s and to stay there.
me too. Just year round.
Yeah.
Not even going to the hundreds.
I'm moving to Canada when that happens.
What, when
Why?
it's in the
I
hundreds
hate the
days
heat.
there? You hate the
Oh,
heat?
I thought you meant
heat.
90s.
Yeah, that too.
I just
Anything over 86 is too hot for me.
See, I love it. I just suck it up. Suck it up. And there is a pool party on Saturday. Well Rounded is doing a pool party at the Platinum. Is that the name of the place?
I will not be there though.
Wow.
You'll be out of town, won't you?
I will be out of town.
You'll be in Buffalo?
See?
No, actually, I am going up to see my mom next weekend.
Okay. That's nice.
Because it's Norwegian Independence Day. Word.
Is
Some
it?
talk.
What are the Norwegians
Hada?
independent of?
Charlemagne
I don't know
and
all
his craziness.
that. Yeah. But anyway, it's similar to our Independence Day. I don't know the background to it because my stepfather is Norwegian, so I am not Norwegian.
Right,
But my
right.
stepfather is.
But hey, it's another reason to party, right? And your
Right.
mom's a party animal up there.
Yeah.
We've seen that, mama.
So, and my mom lived in Norway with my stepfather.
Oh, really?
For 15 years. So, when
Did you live with them there?
No, I never went over there, believe it or not. I was
Really?
very young and dumb and stubborn. And I more had an attitude like you took my mama away from me. I
Right.
didn't want to go there.
Yeah, when you grow up, you realize, hey, maybe I wasn't so smart, huh?
So when he retired from over there, they moved out here, and my mom tries really hard, just as he did while she was there, to keep a lot of his customs.
Right, yeah.
And
That's kind of cool,
traditions.
though, that you have,
Yeah.
double traditions. And I think that's very cool.
So my mother, as you know, she's wonderful, and happy Mother's Day, Mom, if you're listening.
Until we talk
She-
about squirting, and then she turns off the radio. So she told me,
Um,
when you talk about squirting, that's too much.
Being the selfless, sorry, not selfish, sorry.
No, you're talking about my mom now.
Oh!
Person she is, she's like, why don't you come out the following weekend after Mother's Day and do Norwegian Independence Day? And
Fun.
Yeah,
No, I'm actually looking forward to the Well Rounded. If you don't know, Well Rounded's our big bash now here coming up in July. And they the overflow from the Tuscany, which is the Platinum is right next door to the Tuscany Hotel. And we've sold out the block of rooms for the bash, which is awesome because the Tuscany loves us. So Bree, who does all the hard work on the bash, has secured the platinum as the overflow for your rooms, and it's with one walking distance. It's really close. But she's throwing a pool party this Saturday at their rooftop pool, and the pictures look so awesome.
I'm so
jealous. I really hope. I mean, seriously, I want it to be like way in the 90s so I can just soak up the sun next Saturday. Yes.
I'm very
so
jealous.
if you're in town next Saturday or want to go, check out Facebook for Well Rounded, and I think it's only $10. And the pool looks really like they've got like an indoor-outdoor thing. So if you don't really like the sun, you can do both. But it's kind of like a little pre-bash, welcome to the platinum thing. It'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
It'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to a bunch of drunk text pictures or Facebook pictures.
Okay, I'll make sure I
guys.
take care of you. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You know.
Oh my God, I was in Fry's Electronics today, and I was there with a friend who was buying some stuff, and me and his wife were walking around, and they have this as seen on TV section. You guys, there was a thing there that you could make a bowl out of bacon, and it says everything tastes better in a bacon bowl, and I'm like, I got a picture of it. I'm gonna post it on my Facebook, but I'm like, a bacon bowl? Could you imagine like ice cream in a bacon bowl?
Oh, no.
Oh yes.
There's some things that you should just not eat.
Yes.
Yeah, a bowl of bacon is probably too. You know what? I could eat enough bacon to make a bowl out of it, but I don't think I could eat a bowl made of bacon. That would just be taking it too far.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm thinking of everything you'd want to put something sweet inside to counteract the salty of the bacon on the outside.
I'm just kind of thinking it'd be kind of cool to make
I
a
have
salad.
a picture actually.
Butterscotch pudding.
Oh,
To me, that seems so rich with that bacon. Oh my God, baked beans, and you wouldn't put bacon in the baked
that's a
beans.
good one. But I'm thinking like a salad with like some chicken. So it's kind of, like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, this salad does not cancel out the fact that you're eating a fucking bowl made out of bacon.
Here, I'm gonna send somebody the picture.
Your trainer would agree with me.
Oh, my trainer's not gonna be happy with me tomorrow.
Really? Oh well, that's because you had a crazy drunk weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What happens when you're drunk?
I'm going to send you
fuck
guys
it.
the picture of the bacon
We
bowl.
eat chips. We had lots of chips because whores like chips.
Whores like chips. Is that what you guys decided?
There was
Whores
that.
like chips?
So I was in charge of making like this spreadsheet kind of thing or whatever, but it wasn't my enough. What everyone was supposed to bring to the,
To the little,
weekend.
yeah, okay, to the,
So-
okay.
So of course I was in the mood that day that I was just like craving some chips.
So you put chips on everybody's list?
But I called out specific chips.
The different kinds that you wanted.
That's how OCD I got with this list and with the soda too. So
It was whatever
I was like,
Blitz wanted,
so-and-so,
Blitz got.
you're bringing a case of Coke and a case of Pepsi, and then so anyway,
I
we
want
had
a keg of Pepsi.
keg.
Where do I get a keg of Pepsi from?
So yeah, it was so funny, and we had two rooms, and there was chips everywhere, and it was so funny. Everyone's like, "Well, we need something
what?
sweet."
You know what? She must have put this list together one night on her way home from the trainer. Remember, she eats half a bag of chips on the way after the trainer.
I think it was that weekend when I did it. So we had chips everywhere, and I was so excited. And we ended up having to go to the store. The girls did because
You
they
forgot
wanted
the sweets.
They wanted chocolate, whatever. So that was the quote of the night, which was, by the way, taken from the Goatee Mafia. If y'all are familiar with Bash,
We are.
when they have their Ultra Lounge, we need lots of chips because whores like chips. So yeah.
Whores like chips.
We were
I'll tell you
whores
guys
and
a
we had lots
really
of
funny
chips.
story. If anybody's seen my Twitter this week, I'm using my Twitter much more.
Wait, you have a Twitter?
I have a Twitter, and I'm using it now because it's
damn,
really
now I
good
gotta
for
get
my clip store now. But you guys know I'm doing fetish work, so I had a client that wanted me to sit on his face in my spandex pants. Okay, well I'm like that. I can do this. Okay, so when I get to his room, I go to use the bathroom, and there's a teeny weeny little tear in the center of my seam of my spandex pants. Well, after an hour of face sitting, the hole was really big in my spandex pants, and I had to get out of the hotel like that. So I'm walking through the lobby of the hotel and I'm trying to pull my top down because it's not quite long enough. And one of the security guards walks up to me and he goes, "Hey, ma'am, where are you going?" And I'm like, oh, fuck, he can see my ass all hanging out of my pants. I go, "I'm just going to the valet to get my car." And he's like, "Oh, well, you should stick around. We got a lot of fun." They were doing something for the employees in the lobby, but like I was all worried that he had seen my ass.
Yes.
Maybe he did see my ass and he was wanted to like, "Where you going, ma'am?"
Where you going? Maybe you need to stick around.
But if you look at my Twitter, there's a picture of the hole in my pants.
That's funny.
I know, it was really funny. You know, it's a
Did someone tell you to tell me the story and hope that I would confess something?
no, but confess.
No, but confess.
I
Yeah.
walked myself right into that.
Come on, go ahead. No, go ahead and confess. That was a true story. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a great show story.
No,
What'd you do?
it has nothing, but it just reminded the way you were looking at me. Maybe I have a guilty.
Oh,
this
yeah,
about-
you got a definite guilty conscience.
Is this about you peeing in your pants when you were drunk?
How did you know that was me?
Well, you posted it on Facebook.
I wasn't me who posted it though.
No, but generally when one... Yes, it was.
Well, yeah, it was on my Facebook, but my Facebook was hacked, and I'm surprised that.
All right, just cough up the story
All
already.
right, who hacked your Facebook first?
Yeah, and where did you pee?
So last night we're just like really drunk, and I don't even know. I just started laughing so hard, you know, like when you're just like really like drunk and you just get the giggles, and I think someone in the room farted.
Farted.
It
You
wasn't
can
me.
say fart.
And I just started laughing really hard, and then I was like, I'm like, I gotta go, you know, like, because when you're drunk and then you've been drinking and you gotta pee and you start laughing really hard.
Oh, yeah.
So I like get up and I'm like trying to run to the bathroom. I'm all trying to run to the bathroom to get there and I'm trying, like, I'm squeezing everything together so I can't let the pee out. And
So you doing the piddle waddle?
The piddle
I just couldn't do it, and I just like I ended up like tinkling on myself. And so anyway,
A lot or just a little?
a lot.
Okay, I'm going to confess.
Okay, so you did not tinkle on yourself. You pissed in your pants.
So here's how drunk I am, and I shouldn't even be saying.
Okay,
So I come out of the bathroom, and because I have to change my underwear at this point, and I come out. Do you remember the movie Pretty in Pink?
Yes.
I come out and I hold up my underwear. I'm like, look, I peed my
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
So then I lay down on the bed because I wasn't feeling so well, and my phone was on the table, and then I heard them because I'm like trying to.
They're
and
giggling.
like, and I'm like, fuck you guys. You guys don't know that my phone's locked. You don't know how to get them my fucking phone. I'm all talking shit from the bed, you know, blah blah blah. Desiree did it. She's like, "What's her birthday again?" Oh, bitch. So I had to change my. Anyway.
Change your password.
So that wasn't me who posted.
But I'll have to tell you something, though. True confessions here about pissing. I was really drunk one night at the Red Label. Drunk off my ass. And I'm doing the wobble. And while I wobbled, I piddled. Like,
Oh,
there
Lord.
was like a little bit like coming down my leg. I'm like, oh man, I ran to that. But it was the same kind of thing. Like I was laughing and you just can't hold it. Have a baby and then try to hold it. It's difficult.
Yeah.
But I did a piddle. You got a piddle story? No. Well, maybe it's because
I
I'm
don't-
older than you.
I've never piddled in my pants. I've shit in my pants, but I've never peed in my
It's
pants.
well, God, I think shitting. Like, tell that story now. Come on.
I
We piddle, you
had-
shit?
This was like 5-6 years ago. I'd had a really bad stomach flu, and I thought I was over it because I'd spent, you know, an entire day not throwing up and not shitting in my pants, and I was like, this is great. But, you know, I've always been a member of the Better Safe Than Sorry League. However, not this time. I felt a good fart coming on. I just lifted my leg.
You
and-
sharted.
No. I shit my pants. I did not shart. I did not fart with a little poop. I clean out. I ruined my pants,
Oh, my
my underwear,
God.
the whole. I mean, it was terrible. It was bad. It was like baby diaper diarrhea bad. All squished out on the sides. It was terrible.
How do we always end up talking about shit stories on this show?
I know,
I don't
right?
know, right? It's like, bring on
anyway.
the shit.
So I've never pissed in my pants, but I have shit in my pants.
So talking about shit, I learned something this weekend.
Okay.
There's an opening line. There's a fetish.
Scat.
No. Well, maybe we've talked about it on the show, and you know I'm blonde, so that people will eat shit in hopes to get salmonella.
What?
Like
Now,
they
I
have-
haven't
they
heard
call
that
them,
one.
Like catchers, like there
There is a group of people who do very unsafe things in order to catch diseases.
Yeah.
And it's everything from having
AIDS,
unsafe sex to
correct.
Desiree
Yeah.
told us about a group of people that they are infected with some kind of venereal disease or AIDS or something, and they desire to give that to other people.
Oh, that's fucking.
there are
nuts.
groups for these
I'm
people.
never having sex.
Now,
again
as
in my
far
life.
as like,
Fuck
as far
that.
as I never have you now, you know a lot about fetishes. I never heard of catching salmonella from shit.
It's
You know what?
It's
Eat
all
raw
in the
chicken. Why you
same-
gotta eat? You know what? Here's the thing. I think
have
if
a
you
Fat
really
Life
want to
account
get,
yet? You need to
if
get
you
one.
really, really want to get salmonella, just fucking eat raw chicken. You don't have to eat shit.
Well, here's the thing. Even eating raw chicken may not give you salmonella because there's so many cleansers and agents and things on the chicken that you're not
that's
likely. Even eating
I
a raw
got
egg, you're probably
salmonella
not
one
going to
time.
get it.
Nobody wants that. I mean, literally, I was in the bed for a week. I had to go put on an IV because I shit and threw up so much. You guys, it was the most awful thing that I've ever had.
Did you get it from food?
I got it from a restaurant. What they
Restaurant,
think
that's what I
happened, what they think happened. I ate fried chicken, but the chicken was done. But they also served it with a like a cold carrot salad, and they think maybe the same knife was used for the salad and the chicken.
That's likely.
my
So-
my mom couldn't.
The fetish for eating feces is coprographia. Copropragia. Coprophagia. And that is referring to kinds of feces eating.
But
Now,
If you eat it from other individuals, it's allocoprophagy.
so where does the term scat come from?
scat is just a term used to describe poop.
Okay, whatever you do with it is just poop.
Yeah, animal poop, people poop,
So there's
bird
scat
poop,
and then
scat.
there's skeet.
Skeet, skeet.
Skeet, skeet,
No.
motherfucker. Right? Sorry.
You
Oh,
could have
You're such a club girl.
scat in your to the windows, to the wall. Wait, no.
So all these bitches crawl.
You could have scat in your squack.
Ew.
What's squack?
Squack? Squack is when you're on the dance floor and people don't have their panties on and their dresses are too short.
How do
and
I
they
not
show
know
their
this?
squack.
Being a club bitch.
Exactly. We've been talking about
Squacking.
squack for years. She'd be
Yeah.
squacking. There's a couple.
There's a couple there.
Oh, there's a couple that we can guarantee every time the club is there, they'll be squacking.
And every time they play that Shorty get low,
Get
low,
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 yeah.
that is when the squack will come out. That is the squack attack song.
it is.
Because those
right.
girls will get out there and they'll start flapping their knees with some butterfly moves, and then they'll get down real low, and then their skirts will pop up, and then it's vagina for days. And it's never clean vagina.
Oh, I don't look that close. But yeah, I know when they walk into the club, it's like, there's squack attack. There's another squack attack.
No.
Oh, there's
I'm
some
never
regular
squacking.
squackers. If you ever squacked, my friend, because you're my friend, I would tell you, go put some fucking panties on.
Right? Actually, I think you would grab me by the head.
And drag you. You need my panties, girl?
Liz, if you've never noticed the squackers, then you might just be a squacker.
No, I can honestly say I got my fucking scuba gear on when I go to the club. It
My
holds everything.
scuba gear.
My Spanx.
That is right. She's
My
in.
Spanx is scuba gear. It's like scuba Steve.
I understand. I got some scuba gear on today.
So yeah, no, I ain't squawking, whatever the hell that is. Squacking.
Squacking.
How do I not know this term?
I can't believe you haven't heard us talk about it before.
Oh.
We haven't really talked about squacking at the club in a while.
No, we really haven't.
That's because this bitch over here that's not on camera right now doesn't come out to the club anymore.
No, I haven't been out in a long time.
Yeah.
I always have something I can't get out of going on.
Sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kept her from the last one, don't you remember?
Yeah.
Why are you not here? Because I'm having sex.
I'm telling you, the sex card, it'll get you out of many, many things. Especially in my situation when sex happens about once every 6 weeks. So,
Right,
Isn't
right.
it funny? Like a couple weeks ago, she didn't come. She's like, "Oh, I didn't have a babysitter," and we're like, "Blah blah 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 blah." But the day that she's like, "Oh, I didn't show up because of sex," we're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
We have our priorities screwed up. We're like, "All right."
Oh, sex absolution.
I think our priorities are a little screwed up there.
Now, do we know? Do we have a BBW Club Las Vegas coming up at the end of the month? It's Labor Day weekend, right? Labor Day weekend? Memorial Day weekend. I know. Are
I
we
don't
giving?
squack.
Are we giving something away that night?
I think, are we giving away a night? Well, I think we haven't discussed it with the people yet.
Right. Okay. All right. So we'll talk about that. Okay.
And
Just
that's the
wondering.
weekend before I go to Buffalo. So I'm ready to get it. Woo woo. Maybe I'll squat. No, I'm just kidding.
Everybody, though, jot down June the 22nd. It's a show you don't want to miss because we are all with some friends of the show. We'll be spending the afternoon at Strippers 101 at Planet Hollywood. And then we will be showing pictures and clips on Facebook during the show.
I think I've decided I'm going to be live tweeting for Sin City Bounty during that show because there's a very high likelihood I won't be able to be dancing.
Oh, your knee. Well,
yeah.
and you know what? All I know is I'm good for a little while, and then I just have to do the signature move and stay there, where the ass is bent over the pole, and then I'm done. But it should be fun.
To do the whole thing.
Okay.
By the end, I plan to be flipped up and swinging.
Oh my God! I will make sure we're taking pictures and tweeting, right, Sierra, on that. So you guys aren't going to want to miss that show. And then that night, we're going to have a few of the people who were with us that day in studio, along with our trainer for Strippers 101 and pole dancing.
Woo-hoo.
So I can't wait to see Glitz and Toxie upside down on the pole.
I'm gonna wear my Fitbit. I wonder how many calories. I'm just kidding.
Your what are you going to wear?
A Fitbit, that thing that it's a thing that you wear on you, and it counts how many steps you've made for the day, how many calories you've burned, blah blah blah.
Congratulations, you have done 17 steps.
Right. That was
I would have been yesterday for me.
Aren't you supposed to do 10,000 a day?
Yes.
Isn't
In
that
order
how
to
many
do
steps?
10,000 a day, you have to walk around every mall in Las Vegas twice.
Really?
It's
10,000 steps a day is a ridiculously high number.
I think it's 3,000. I'll have to
Yeah.
look at it.
Well, I don't know. My friend Gina Bobina up in Portland, she said we're supposed to do 10,000 a day, but we should check
She
whatever.
was trying to push you and encourage you.
Yeah, really,
No,
maybe.
maybe you know what? Let's.
But you know what's very okay? If you think in your head, okay, I got to do 10,000 steps a day, and then if you start counting your steps, and you go, wow, that was only 15, you're like, I'll fucking never get to 10,000 in a day.
Yeah.
But it includes if you sleep in it, it tracks sex.
Now there I would get some points for
some
some sex
when you're on the
points.
elliptical at the gym, even though you're gliding, it tracks all that. So
How does it know what your feet are doing if it's connected someplace else in your body?
I don't know,
It's
I just
all
got
about
it, I gotta figure it
gyroscopes.
out.
What's a gyroscope?
Gyroscope is an instrument that measures your balance in connection with the gravitational center of the Earth. So how you are balanced. So
That
it
can
tells
read
whether
your
you're
steps, whether you're walking or what.
it can tell whether you're doing moving forward and back or left and right.
Oh wow!
It's what gets when you have a smartphone and you can tilt your phone
Right.
to make things happen on it. It's gyroscopes inside that are doing that.
So it's the same principle for what's
It
that?
says about 10,000 steps a day is
Yeah.
a pedometer. Pedometer walking program is about 10,000, but to actually
Actually, do 10,000 steps is almost impossible for the average person.
Yeah.
Unless you
Yeah.
do an hour or two a day just
just walking.
well, that's
Yeah.
what it says. It says about a half an hour a day of just walking on top of your
Normal activity.
on your normal activity. So anyway, yeah, so maybe it'll count.
Yeah, definitely stick it. You know what? I would be interested for you to put that on and see at the end of the session what it said.
I want to see what it says after a night of you dancing. That's what I want to see.
That's a great idea. Have you ever worn it out dancing?
I just got it. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it's on its way to me.
Okay.
That's why I didn't know a lot about it. So we'll have to read. Yeah, maybe I should wear it out to the. My friend told me.
You should wear it to the club one night dancing. Sierra's right.
My friend told me this weekend that she puts it in her ponytail thing when she goes to bed. So when her boyfriend comes over, because he works a different shift and they have sex, so it counts it.
Oh, I would love to see. I would love to see your sex session on
Because
there.
I was like, where the hell do you put it when you're having sex? And she's like, oh, I got to put my hair up in a ponytail anyway for, the blowjob. So, I just hook it
for
up.
the blowjob.
Oh, I
Is
can
that a
just see it
requirement?
counting blowjobs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's how you can get to 10,000 steps. You cheat it with a blowjob. Good
So
job.
close, I'm so close. honey.
Come on, few more. Few more. Come on, don't come yet.
Well, your husband would like that.
Actually, I can almost guarantee he's purchasing one online. Credit card out. I'll be texting probably you Blitz to ask again. What is it called?
And then you have to check with Kelly Guy to see if there's a discount code.
He
Then there's
probably
another
has
one that you wear on your wrist.
That's what I've seen before.
The Nike Sport one I've seen.
It wraps around.
Mhm.
Our admin assistant has one, and he's a male. And I was like, "What are you wearing on your arm, Dustin?" But it also tracks your sleep too, which that one's kind of cool. So when you plug it in, at the end of the day, it shows your sleep pattern, like how many hours of REM sleep you got versus non-REM.
It can tell if you're in REM sleep or
Yeah,
not.
it's like
reading the electrical
This is
currents.
very scary to
It's
me.
from Samsung.
Mm.
I don't know the name of it though.
This
Here.
is all very scary that they could just tell us stuff.
It's all
about
Big
you.
Brother,
Guys,
people.
Actually, I'm wearing a pedometer right now. Just
He
daily
is.
routine plus 40 minutes power walk is 7,200 steps.
So he's
And
almost at
he's-
his 10,000.
But he also goes to the gym every day for 4 or 5 hours.
Wow. So
well,
that's his regular
well,
activity.
that's
Plus
his-
he power walks an
Plus
hour.
he power walks. Yeah,
Well, I
he's.
think for today.
Yeah, today he may not have gone to
yeah,
the
his
gym.
Daily routine and 40-minute power walk is 7,200 steps.
So if he goes to the gym too, he's probably there definitely at
Yeah.
10,000
So they
steps.
basically created these for Cali guy.
Yes.
10,000.
Yes.
They're like,
Wow.
"This is going
Well,
to
that's
get it."
kind of impressive there, Cali guy. Hats off to you, huh?
He is
Yeah, he did say-
such
he
a
said that was
stud.
no gym day.
No gym
Yeah,
day.
he is
I
such
mean-
a stud. I don't know if you girls have ever seen or felt his arms before, but he is built like a brick fucking shit house.
That's nice.
It is really
I'm gonna
nice.
text my admin on Sunday and say, "What's that bracelet you wear?" He's gonna be like, "Why is this bitch texting me on a Sunday?"
Yeah, go to SinCityBounty.com and check me out.
He is one of the few people that
Who
I
know.
work with that know.
Yeah, I understand.
Because he's my gay.
He's your
Is he
gay.
your gay boyfriend?
He's my gay. Yeah.
Just your gay.
Everyone's got to have a gay.
And can I tell you, ladies, I highly suggest a gay admin assistant. I'm just saying. They will tell you if you don't match.
Oh, I bet.
They will be like, "Girl, your eyeshadow is not on par today."
Oh, that's hysterical. Don't wear the
I work
wrong
from
shoe.
home, so unless my gay admin would like to work out of, a different room in the house, kitchen table, spare bedroom, don't really work for me.
Yeah.
Are you getting some suntan over there, girl? It looks good. You
You
been
had soccer this weekend,
Yeah, I was
didn't
say
you?
soccer. Yeah, you can tell the sun on your face. It looks awesome.
Lots of outdoor stuff.
You're looking mighty pretty there. But I always think my sister wife is pretty, so
Talking about sister wives, I invited Southern Summer to come hang out with me and my friends yesterday out at the
I
pool
did
at the
see that. Yeah, I
Tuscany.
did see that.
And
She's
yeah,
fun. She's
so
fun
I'm
girl.
making efforts, to seal the deal to be the sister wife.
to
Just
Donald
saying.
Trump.
Yeah.
Donald
So.
Trump.
No. Oh, yes. It was off. It's on now.
Hello. All right, now I'm on. Thanks, Callie guy.
Oh,
Heard you.
Callie said
And the discount code is her day.
Is that for the Fitbit or for
I
the?
assume it's for the Fitbit.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what he's talking
Callie
about.
guy is the king of discount codes. It's great. We
He
always
is.
get discount codes from him.
I won't purchase
How much is
anything
it? Is
online
it
without
normally-
a discount
I paid
code.
like
So where do you get discount
89.
codes if you don't have a discount code?
You
I
Google the
Google it.
product you're looking for, and then you just put in discount
Discount
code after
code?
it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then a lot of times it's on Retail Me Not, where if you follow that, it'll tell you which codes people have been successful with. But exactly what she said, just
Well,
Google it.
And another way to get a really great deal on something, if you can't find a discount code for it, go and get yourself a Zulily account and put in the manufacturer's name. And
I
anytime,
have a Zulily account. Yeah.
anytime that manufacturer comes up on their Zulily list or is going to come up on their Zulily list, they'll send you an email to tell
Can
you.
you say that word again? So you're gonna-
Zulily.
when you say it fast, it's
Zulily. Zulily.
So I think we're gonna say Craigslist because I have a funny story about Craigslist.
What's the
Craigslist.
code for the Liberator?
Oh, for the blanket,
For the blanket.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
for the super sheet.
The super sheet.
Which
The
sheet is
Liberator
that?
also
Is that-
sounds like a
Right?
sexual device.
It does.
It kind of is.
I think I need one. Since
You
I'm never
do.
gonna be having sex with anyone ever again after.
Do you
guys
ever
told me
sleep,
that
or
there's
do you
people out
just
there that
drink?
Try to give you
Oh, they
stuff.
are. Oh,
Just
we
drink
did a
lots of
whole.
caffeine.
Desiree was here one night, and we had a real long time. I forget what she called it. There's an official name for it, but actually, people that have sexually transmitted diseases and they go see,
They're called bug
hookers
catchers.
or whatever, so that they can try to distribute their disease.
That's crazy. Okay, so this is why I love my male gay admin. He just texted me back.
Just
on
that
it.
quick.
He says it's called Up by Jawbone.
Up, UP?
Yeah.
UP by
By
Jawbone.
And it's the
Jawbone?
bracelet.
So
Yeah, yeah.
it's the same group that makes your Bluetooth headsets.
Oh, okay.
The really good ones.
Just to share, Earthling Steve thought that all discount codes was just the word cleavage.
That's funny.
On some sense, it might be.
You never know.
So I got to tell you my Craigslist story.
Okay, tell us.
So we were really drunk Friday night at the hotel after Bree made us play bingo. So my friend's like, oh, I go on Craigslist sometimes and I find it really amusing. And I look at things and I'm like, okay, holy shit. The stuff that I learned looking at a Craigslist.
You've never looked at Craigslist before?
No. And not anyone in this room, but people that I know in the community. I'm like, holy shit. I learned a lot about some people.
I bet you did.
They got ads up on Craigslist.
I bet you did. See, I won't post any
Wait,
of that
I'd
kind of
like to
stuff on
see now. Are
Craigslist.
these people we all know?
Some, but
Some.
maybe from the label. I mean, not like people that I know like firsthand, like, but you know, I've seen. in
Which
passing.
category?
Adult.
So, okay.
Yeah. I don't
Adult.
want to.
You could go to Backpage and find the same thing.
And then some of the ads are just funny when you read them.
We had one night. What was it that night, Sierra, that somehow we got on Craigslist and we found some guy who was looking for a hookup that night. We ended up calling him
Please tell
on.
me you hooked up.
No. We ended up calling him on the show and he was drunk as a fucking skunk. Remember that?
I don't think I was here for
Cindy
that.
was here. It was when she was a part of the show. And it was shortly after I started. But this guy was drunk as a skunk, and we must have talked to him for 20 minutes. It was funny as hell. We found him on Craigslist.
Which with this, there's personals.
Yeah.
I
Casual
think we should have a
encounters.
Craig's book.
No, there should be.
We used to have
Ad of
a
the week.
we used to have a bit that we did where one of us would go online and search Craigslist and then read the best BBW related posts we could find, and it was usually something really out there about some guy who either really loves big girls and would go into graphic detail about what he would do with their fat rolls, or was a guy who really hated BBWs and he would go into graphic detail about what he would do with their fat rolls. It was hilarious, but after a while they're all kind of the same ad
Same.
over and over again.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was because we were drunk. We were just like, what the?
Oh yeah, no. Craigslist is great. If you ever are feeling down about yourself, just
just
go
you
on
ever hear
Craigslist.
Wait, did you ever hear the story about my Craigslist post? I was house sitting for a friend, and I had a date set up to be in the hot tub, and it canceled. So I got on Craigslist, and I posted a thing. BBW looking for hot tub friend tonight. I went away, started farting around, came back about 30 minutes later, and there was 283 messages
Wow.
for a hot tub date. So I picked a few.
A few.
She scheduled
That was
them.
a full hot tub.
Wow.
No, not at the same time, Toxie.
Oh.
I
was like,
scattered
I'd like
it.
to be
She's like,
invited
that was
for
a
this.
full hot tub. No, I scattered them a little bit. I timed them in a few hours apart kind of thing.
That is it.
Yeah, but seriously, it was amazing how many messages I got. But so were you looking at people dating on Craigslist?
Personals.
Oh, okay.
Just mostly
Casual
personal
encounters.
Stuff, casual
Okay,
encounters.
that's where she was
Men
looking.
seeking women.
The
women
missed
seeking men.
connections one is hilarious.
And that also too. Like it's
Missed-
like if you were so and so on Sahara and blah blah blah.
I was driving down the street and I happened to glimpse of you out of the corner of my eye, and I think you're the love of my life. Really?
And this is your license plate number, and if this is you, I'm like, we were reading them, and I was dying.
Okay, so I'm only 2 in.
Okay.
And,
What
this first
section
one-
was this one in?
I just, I actually
Casual
put in
encounter.
casual encounters.
Okay.
This one, I'm 100% clean, no STDs. I want bareback. Want to feel all of you. Want to feel my hot come deep in you. I can travel our host, but let's do this now. Open
Wow.
to anything you may want, too. Just ask anything.
Traveler or host, does that mean like they can go to you, or
Yes.
they
Yeah.
can,
or, your
or you
host
can
means
go
you
to them?
them. But bareback. You ready to go bareback, baby?
Fuck that.
I'm telling
I don't care how fucking clean you say you are. I just met you on
and there's
Craigslist.
pictures.
This one is Big Latin Cock looking for big ass BBW ASAP.
There's a whole lot of
He even
acronyms
gives
in
you
there.
his intersection, Flamingo and Arville.
Yeah.
You have to have either a
Alright.
big ass or big boobs. Both will be great.
Thanks, Doc.
That leaves us out, Talk.
Give me your phone. Let's see. I'm gonna hook you
He's
up
not far.
after.
Should I tell him to come down to the studio?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Good God, no.
Kidding.
Oh my god.
They even have a section for age, body, and height.
But you know what? Okay, this is where I'm going. Like, so when they say I'll host, I would have to check their house for bed bugs.
You gonna send the bug guy in first with the bed bug dog?
Wait a minute. Okay, you guys know the bug guy is my roommate now, okay? So the bug guy wakes up the other morning and he comes to me and he goes, look, see this little bite? I didn't have this yesterday. I said, okay, is it a bug bite? I don't know. Well, look, motherfucker, there were no bed bugs in my house till you got here. Did you bring one in from somebody else's house?
Right?
But we haven't determined it's a bug because no one else has gotten bitten by anything else again.
So why
we can't
doesn't he
find
have-
any? Why doesn't he have the dog check it out?
Yeah.
That's what I said to him, and he's like, "Well, I haven't trained the dog in a while." So I'm like, "Well, train her in my house and see if I got bed bugs."
Right?
But I haven't seen any. I did the whole look at the corners of the bed and everything.
Remember his little story about, and I told you about how he has to keep them to grow them?
Oh, they're in his closet. At the top of his closet.
We will never come over again.
No, let me tell you what they're in. They're in fish bowls with lids. The fish bowls have lids.
Don't give a shit.
Well, you knew going to his house those bugs were
Okay,
there.
but they were in the bathroom in the tub, and there were strips, and they can't crawl. And
This is the exact same
sliding
thing. This is in glass jars they can't crawl
Okay,
out of.
But what if one of them knocks over?
Well, that's why they're in the top of the closet where nobody goes. Oh, trust me. When I was helping him move from his other place, I'm like, I am not touching those things. You drop one of those in my house, and we are done. And he's like, well, I do have the equipment to take care of them if I drop them. So we have determined I have bed bugs. But, yeah.
I found my new hobby. I am going to just peruse Craigslist.
I'm telling you, it's fucking fabulous.
Oh, wait, read that
In need of BBW to use strap-on on me. I'm 6 foot, light skin, nice looking, clean, 195 pounds, basketball build, with 7, cut pretty thick, looking for any size BBW or SS BBW with big tits to put a strap on and
Wow.
play with me.
I was considering it. until the big
Do you know what I would say? I'll come put a strap on and take care of you, buddy, but can I film it for my clip site?
I just need you from the waist down. No
And
one
I
has
only
to
need
see
you
your
for a minimum
face.
of 2 minutes because I have to film at least 2 minutes for the clip site. Yeah.
I don't, it's boggled my mind lately how many brothers want a strap-on up the ass.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
responds to these? All I want is a nasty BBW to suck on her tits, play with her pussy, and get my dick wet. If it horny and just want to play, hit me up ASAP.
Do you know what's crazy? The reason they can post these is because there are people who answer them.
Yeah.
So somebody's sitting at home reading, going
Some
like,
horny
oh,
woman,
somebody's
horny fat
looking
chick.
looking for a dog to adopt or a pet, accidentally stumbles on this, and she's like, "Oh, I'm a nasty BBW."
No.
Oh, this sounds like
they're
something I'd
horny.
like to do.
They're horny at home, and they're like, "Let me look under casual encounters because I don't want to put up with no man's bullshit. I just want to get fucked and send them home."
So does Craigslist have like serious encounters?
Oh yeah, they have like meeting people. Yeah, they're
One of the nicest guys I ever met. It just didn't work out with us because we just wanted two different things. But he was absolutely one of the best guys I ever went on a few dates with. I met on Craigslist.
I've met a couple of nice men on Craigslist too.
Yeah.
There's a lot seeking BBWs. I plugged in BBW
Yeah, that's how I
within
search
there.
when I go on there. Yeah.
Plug in no BBW. Those are some of the funniest ones because
Well,
they're
'cause
like
sometimes if you still type in BBW, you will get the ones that say not into BBW.
sometimes you get a super hater and the shit they put on theirs is hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty.
You got to be pretty strong in your fatitude though.
No BBW.
Yeah, that wasn't anything big. Sorry, no BBW.
Yeah, they just most of them just say sorry, no BBWs.
Not anywhere
it was
near.
weird
Oh,
being-
hey.
Oh, that's a
I have to
big
remember.
dominant BBC. No BBW or men, but I'm telling you, with a cock like that, he needs a big ass to handle it because that was pretty big. Oh yeah, people don't even care what they post on that shit.
No, they don't. They'll come right out and say, I don't want no black bitches. I don't like crazy Latinas.
Let me ask you a question. This is crazy, and I'm going to ask you because you date black men, and I also date black men. Do you kind of get in the mind frame that every black man you see, like, you think they like big girls?
Yes, it took.
Me too.
But not so much anymore because I was kind of knocked off my rocker with that. Was some one guy, and he was like really offended that I was even trying to get at him. Why do you think because I'm black I like fat bitches? Blah 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 blah. So, but yes, so sometimes I have to keep that in mind.
Somebody asked me the other day, something like they were somewhere and they said there was a whole bunch of big girls there, but every one of their boyfriends was black. And I said, well, I think a lot of that has to do with black men are more open to being seen in public with a big girl than some white men. They're in the closet. And he goes, that's because with some black men, it's like any white chick will do. I said, that's not necessarily true. They like the curves. So,
and I think that goes back to a lot of, how they were I mean, I don't want to dig myself a hole, but I'll just go for it. A lot of black women are curvier and are plus size. So
and they grew up with big women. Their mothers.
That's what I was trying to say. So
aunts,
they're a little bit more
grandmas.
comfortable with it,
It's more acceptable in that cultural society to have meat on your bones than it is to be a white girl and have meat on your bones.
And there are a lot of white men who like plus size women, but just as you said,
they're in the closet.
they don't want to be seen in public.
Yeah,
they just want to fuck behind closed doors.
Well, that's because they'll get ridiculed for the type of girl they like.
Correct.
I mean, how
Some
many?
of them, they can't they can't stand up to their friends and say, "This is what I like."
Yeah, I've known a lot of guys that I would meet them online, and we'd get to talk, and they'd be like, "Oh, I love a big girl," and I'd be like, "Oh, great. When can I meet your friends?" "Oh, I'll never introduce you to my friends. I'll get all kinds of shit for dating a fat chick," and it's like, dude.
Well, I've met a few guys that I hate to say go to the bash or go to some of the events, and they've got skinny girlfriends and skinny wives at home,
Absolutely.
but come to these events to have their fat fantasy.
I call them the nightstand bashers because they take off their wedding rings and they put them in the nightstand for the week.
Exactly. Good name. But there's a few that that's their fat fantasy week, and then they go home to their skinny little life. But they would never be seen in their corporate world with a fat chick. Fuck you, motherfuckers. Fuck you. I'm fat, and if you like it in the bedroom, you better like it out of the bedroom.
It was interesting being at the Tuscany yesterday out at the pool and not being surrounded by
fat
fellow bashers and fat girls. And at one point, there's a bunch of us in the pool, and, there are guys taking pictures because they think it's funny. And, and I... probably in the medium size of the girls who were there yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there were smaller girls, and then some larger girls. But it just was. It's interesting because we always associate, or I tend to, the Tuscany with a safe environment.
Right.
Because
we always call it the fat-friendly Tuscany hotel.
So it was just interesting to see people's reactions.
At a non-bash event.
But it was also funny to see people's reactions because we didn't give a shit. And we, we had a little cabana area, and we were just having a good time, and we were ordering drinks. And I mean, out of everyone in the pool area, we were like running the party. Like an hour and a half in there, we were making friends in the pool. And, we met a woman and her husband that were from Utah, and they were hanging out with us. They were sharing their Mexican lemonade with us. But I think there was more hate from the skinnier girls, so to speak, that we were confident in having a good time, and they weren't making us feel bad about ourselves.
Right. Good.
Then
That's
the fact
good.
that, oh my God, look, you get what I'm saying. Like, I think
what,
that's what
the best
pisses the people off more, is that we were
the
having a
best
good
revenge
time.
is to live well, people.
Yeah. We had every year my company sends the admins out on a retreat, and last year we went paddle boarding, and you have to wear a bathing suit to do that. And there were some girls who wouldn't do it because they would not be seen in a bathing suit, and they were maybe weighed $125, $130. I had one girl who did not get out of t-shirt and shorts the entire time, and she might wear a size 8. Maybe.
No, that's really
and I was rolling around in my bikini just showing it all to be like, hey fatties, here I come. They were like, take your clothes off. I'm like, whip, 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 take all my shit off, got my
I feel
bikinis
sorry
on.
for people like that.
I do too.
Because you meet a lot of people who are like $125, $120, and it seems like they're constantly on that search to lose 5 pounds. And it's always just 5 pounds. Well, if you and I lost 5 pounds, who the fuck's gonna know if we lost
No one would know.
Right.
So I feel sorry.
I lost 5 pounds taking a shit
Yeah,
this morning.
So I really feel sorry for those people that they're not comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah, I think it's terrible to see these girls. They sit around and they cover up with the cover-ups and the blankets and they're huddled over themselves in the lounge chairs. Meanwhile, my fat ass looks like a beached whale, all just flung out trying to get some tan on my
Now,
whiteness.
I do cover up in blankets and towels and everything, but it's not a fat thing. It's a I don't want skin cancer thing.
Oh, it's fun, yeah.
And I burn
That's
and
what
peel.
SPF 50's
Well, see,
for.
I go all the time
even when I do.
in my bikinis to the public pools and to the shark pool and take the kids. And I get a lot of, look at that. I mean, I get it, but I don't care. Like all my parts are covered. So what? My legs are fatter than yours, and my arms are fatter than yours. I have fat rolls on my back. So what?
I'm generally showing less objectionable skin than most girls who wear a bikini to a public pool.
And when the bikinis that Sierra wears and the one I made them, and we have a little bit higher panty on them, so
That's because my lower belly likes to flop over shit, so I need it to be higher so that my big ass belly's not flopping around.
Very appropriate, but yeah, I get it. But that's always because I'm the biggest person wherever I go, and I love it.
Of course, I do have a
Steve
teeny
said,
tiny string bikini that I wear to the bash pool parties.
Yeah, the bash pool string.
Earthling Steve said it's because of the media that make those poor ladies feel insecure.
It
And
is.
it's sad.
It is because they, you see Dr. Oz telling somebody $125 they're too fat.
I hate that fucking shit.
I do. I hate that motherfucker.
That
The bug guy-
flappy-headed Canadian
the bug guy was
cocksucker.
on.
He's the devil.
He is
was
the
on
devil.
the Dr. Oz diet for like 2 weeks, and he's like, I lost the weight. Yeah, because you don't fucking get to eat nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
I have this theory that, well, it's not. It reminded me because Dr. Oz got his start through Oprah, right?
Right.
Or was that Dr. Phil?
No, both.
Both-
They both
both.
did.
I think Oprah is the devil. I do not like the woman. Most people look at me like the way
No, I
Topsy's
agree.
looking
I'm
at me
with
right
you.
now.
I'm with you.
No, I don't care if you're a woman or man. No one should have that much fucking power. So I have this theory because I also am a Laker hater and especially a Kobe Bryant hater. Please don't let him come back to the game. I think Oprah and Kobe are the devil. They're actually the devil. They're the same person and they morph back and forth into one another.
Oh my God. And how do you really feel, Glyph?
So that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
I'm with you as far as the power that Oprah has. It's like, how does one person have that much power? Is it because she's a black woman that she got that kind of power?
Because she's
No,
the
it's
fucking devil.
because-
She sold her soul.
No, I think that
sold
she
her
sold
soul
her
to the devil.
soul to the devil for really good investment opportunities. That's what she did. I
I
don't like.
choose to think she was a brilliant, successful businesswoman.
She is a
who
brilliant,
worked her way
successful
up,
businesswoman
and-
who sold her soul to the devil to become a brilliant,
Why does she
successful.
have to, in order to be successful, why do you have to have sold your soul to the devil?
I believe that anyone with that much money has sold their soul to the
All
devil.
she has to do is hold up a book.
But she
And suddenly that
It
author.
totally sucks.
Do you remember the guy
She
a few
also
years
uses
ago,
her money
she
for
had some
good.
guy on her show and mentioned his book, and then we come to find out the whole book was a farce and a lie.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah, I remember
However,
that.
you also keep in mind as well, she uses her money for good. It's
She
not as if
does.
she just sits on her big trunk of cash, counting it and swimming in it like Scrooge McDuck. I mean, she builds like
Bottom line,
she builds
Oprah's the devil and
schools
Ellen
in
is
other
God.
countries.
I love, you know what? I love
Yeah.
me some Ellen.
Ellen is
I
awesome.
love me some Ellen too.
Ellen
I
is
felt
I'm
awesome.
that
obviously
way.
losing
No,
this
you know-
argument.
You've been outvoted.
Oprah, I do like you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
I've had a bit. I don't know. I've had, Oprah kind of. She strikes me there. Like I was never one of these people. Like I got to tape Oprah every day. No,
Are we having a problem with video?
We shouldn't be.
we shouldn't be.
No,
We shouldn't be.
I'm not showing any.
So how do we get on Ellen's show? and
How do
get
we
free
get-
stuff.
We asked for tickets.
You know what?
We have to just send her an email.
You send her an email and say who you are. She may even, if you send her a little clip of our clean stuff, she may even put us on for a minute or call
Shit,
us or
that means we
something.
can't cuss for like 5 minutes. Do you know how hard that is for us
Fucking
to
hell,
do?
you guys do it when I'm not
Now,
here.
seriously, if you ever hear something we tell funny, we can pull the clip and post it or send it to any place. Just mention, kind of remember the time, and we can do that at any time, just so you know. But you know what? Here's what I say about anything. I think that anything we want to do, the four of us sitting here, we send an email and see who bites or make a call. That's what we did with Strippers 101. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask anybody, tell them what we do. There are people out there that want to give people like us a little start or a little push. So go for it, Glitz.
Hell, I'll even appear on Oprah.
And tell her she's the devil. No,
Yeah.
I'll be looking at her.
No, but I'll tell her why I think Dr. Oz is a fuck shit. That's so here's Dr. Oz.
But we
He
can't
has
let them know you're going to talk about that till you get on, because we don't want to discourage her from bringing
No, I'll
us
talk
on.
about how inspiring Dr. Oz is. He's inspired me to hate him. That's what he's inspired me to do. He had a doctor on who spent many, many years on the bandwagon of people being unhealthy because they're fat, except that every time he had a fat client, they were perfectly healthy. They were just fat. Everything else was perfectly fine with them. There was no problems with them. Then he started doing research, and then he realized there were other people doing research, and now he's got all this data and figures and facts to prove that it is not you being fat that makes you unhealthy. It is the lifestyle choices of being a fat person that makes you unhealthy. There are lots of fat people who eat healthy and move. They're just fat, and they're very healthy and fat. And so he came on to Dr. Oz's show, and he showed all of these charts and numbers and figures and all this proof positive that fat people can be healthy. And all Dr. Oz said, literally all Dr. Oz said, but obesity in America is an epidemic and we need to fix it. And this guy's like, it's not about being fat. Losing weight is not going to make you healthy. And he even proved it on the air with Dr. Oz. He had 3 fat girls and 3 skinny girls, and the 3 fat girls had better health numbers than the 3 skinny girls did. But that's because the 3 skinny girls restricted their diet so much they were not getting the nutrients they needed.
Oh, good point.
And they were working out so hard that they were overstraining everything in their body. They weren't finding a good balance, whereas the fat girls had found the perfect balance, and they were perfectly healthy. There was nothing wrong with them. And Dr. Oz still looked him in the eye and said, but their BMI is so high they're going to die of a heart attack. And the doctor said, there's no proof of that.
Right. Yeah,
There's
you look at their
there's
numbers,
nothing in their numbers that'll tell you that they're going to have a heart attack at any
Or
he
any
said,
more than these skinny girls might have a heart attack.
No, he said the skinny girls had a higher level of risk because of the malnutrition that they're having and the overexhaustion that they're doing and all of these other things. They're going to have a heart attack first. Dr. Oz didn't fucking care. He didn't care about the facts, the figures.
Well, he
nothing.
didn't want to care. He doesn't
Because
want.
it won't sell his book.
Exactly. I was going to say it doesn't make
It
him
won't
any
sell his
money
book, right.
to say that you can be healthy at any size. It doesn't make
You
Dr.
can,
Oz.
you
any
can
money.
be healthy at any size.
Yes, you can.
It's
Yes, you
perfectly
can.
possible.
And you know what? I don't care what you say. As you look around, people in general are naturally bigger people now than they've ever been in history because we have something to do everything for us.
Well, here's the science behind it. The reason people are naturally bigger than what we would say in the past, but that's not true because we have evidence that people were generally heavier in the past, prehistoric times, but that's because the people who survived mass droughts, major flooding, famine, the ice ages, all those things are the people who can store fat better. And the people who store fat better generally tend to be fatter because they're storing it better.
Is that why people who say live in Alaska or Eskimos are bigger people?
Yes.
Because they need to store that for the cold. Is
Yes,
that correct?
people,
Okay.
hunter-gatherer people generally tend to have a higher body fat percentage because because their body stores the fat because they're going to go on, long periods of time where they're not going to have food, 3, 4, 5 days. That energy needs to be stored somewhere, and it's stored in fat. That's why you see, and I hate to racially profile anyone, but like African Americans, if you look, the people who survive in Africa are the people who can go 4, 5, 10 days without food. You give them food for 4 weeks straight and they'll be fat. they won't change anything else in their body. They're still, out doing all of the, things that they do, but they're fatter because they're getting food regularly.
Right.
But they can last longer without food. And it's the same thing with Native Americans. That's why you see a lot of Native Americans are bigger people. A lot of Inuits and the Native Alaskans up north are bigger people. That's why Russians tend to be bigger people. Anyone who lives in those northern, northern Chinese people are generally fatter people. Look at the Koreans and all of those people. They're not skinny Asians. They're kind of hefty, chunky Asian people, and that's because they live in the northern climate, or they live in an area where feast and famine. Where it's a feast or a famine. It's one or the other. It's just science. People who store fat better survive better. It's literally the survival of the fattest.
Okay, then we're all good in this room, right?
Well, we're going to survive longer with the zombie apocalypse because, we have more fat.
Or the zombie's going to say, oh, look at fucking that fat bitch. Let me take a bite.
Well, yeah.
That's dinner.
But hey, I know I need to get
up
high.
When the zombies come, I just go with Sierra.
I know I need to have Sierra with a rifle.
Follow behind her. That's it.
Follow me, bitches. I'll keep you safe.
And if you can't keep up, fuck you.
I'm a zombie warrior.
I'm your Rick Grimes. That's what I am right there. I'm your Rick, baby.
You're Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Too funny.
I'll be your Rick.
Too funny.
Or I'll be your Norman Reedus. Oof.
I have no idea.
Obviously, this is from a show.
Yeah,
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Oh, see, I don't know.
Have you ever seen the interview with Norman Reedus? Somebody asked him what would happen if you were in a zombie apocalypse. He said, me as Norman Reedus? And they said, yeah. He said, I'd just curl up in the middle of a field and die because I have no survival skills whatsoever.
That's funny.
That is hilarious.
So I have this picture on my phone. That's my favorite picture. It's of him and Aaron Paul, who plays Jesse from Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's two sexy white motherfuckers, and I just want to be right in the middle of that goddamn shit. I'm like, anyway, sorry.
White boys? You getting all hot and bothered over some white boys?
The guy,
if he looks like he can kick some ass, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then
it's the bad boy.
Are you guys familiar with Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad, the character? Any of you?
I am.
Okay. What are you two? Okay.
Game of Thrones. About Game of Thrones.
When Game of Thrones is done,
you'll binge
you need to watch Breaking Bad.
I have been told I need to watch Breaking Bad.
You know what show I love? I love.
Orange is the New Black?
Well, of
because
course.
You're all lesbo on that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, realistically, I'd survive 3 seconds in prison, but on that show, I'd be everyone's girlfriend. It would be great. I love the show 24. Does anybody watch?
I really love the concept of it. I haven't watched the first season, and I haven't watched the second season because I haven't watched the first season. But I love Jack Bauer and the concept behind it.
Went off the air 4 years ago.
That's what
and then they just brought it back.
Okay, I thought it was
this past Monday was the first.
Was it a
new
continuation
episode.
or is it a new?
It was 4 years later.
Oh, okay.
It's 4 years later. And so I have to tell you, on last Monday, I was like a kid knowing I was going to Disneyland all day. Like every time I would look at the clock and I'm like, 24 is on tonight.
Well, see, that's how Sierra and I were about the start of Game of Thrones, the new season. We're like, God, it's going to come on.
I had a countdown on a calendar.
Me too.
I was like ticking off the days.
Oh, I was just like so excited. One more week and it's Game of Thrones.
I need to get excited about a show like that again. I wasn't like when I binge watch Breaking Bad.
Oh, see, I can't wait. When I leave for the show, it's like when I get home, Game of Thrones will be on my DVR.
Well, Sons of Anarchy will be on it again in the fall. I love you, Jack Steller.
So that's what I'm all about. Game of Thrones. Who do we got in chat?
We have Kelly Guy, Earthling Steve, and Superman are in chat right now. We had some guests. He used to actually. I think he had told me on Twitter. If I correct me if I'm wrong, but he used to watch. Oh, so he just started watching again.
Welcome back. We have 2 new show hosts. Welcome back. Toxie and Glitz.
2
beautiful blondes. We have no guests tonight, people. You're stuck with us. But do we have a game?
We do. Did you send me?
No, I didn't because I was busy getting drunk all weekend. How are you going to text me on Friday?
I didn't. I sent the email earlier in the week.
Maybe during the break we'll have her come up with it
something.
first so we can mix her stuff in with
But I'm like, it's Friday, it's 3. I'm leaving in an hour to have drunken debauchery.
Handwrite some stuff for
Text her some shit.
Yeah. What is it? Okay. I'm texting
10 it's 8 o'clock. Let's take a little break if we can, Sierra.
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah, I
about
need
that
some food.
time. And we're going to take a little break.
And eat.
And you're listening to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City. Hey, if you've got any subject matters you'd like to hear us talk about, send it over in text. I mean, in chat.
Or I would like
Or
to
you
pepperoni
can
pizza.
text. Or you can
Sweet
text
cheeks.
if you got. Yeah, a lot of you have my number. But okay, we'll be right back, everybody.
Or Domino's.
This is Alexia from the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City Radio Show. Join myself and the ladies every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern for real talk about real stories with real people. That's Sundays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on your computers at VegasAllNetRadio.com because they won't let us on regular radio.
Hello, hi, and how are you? I'm Bruce Riddell, the raging, ravishing, wayward wonder of the world. Join me on Hump Day for the middle of the week bump and grind with my trivial mind. Spend an hour with my voice as I talk hot topics, current affairs, upcoming events. I'll share friendly reminders and tidbits from Bruce. Call in live 702-483-4444 to rant and rave with the wrath from hell, Bruce Riddell. Every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Time.
Hi, this is Sergio Quintero live from Las Vegas, and I'm proud to announce the premiere of Clubhouse Sports Radio every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on VegasAllNetRadio.com. I will focus on Southern Nevada and Southern California pro and college sports. So if you're a sports fan, this is a place for you. We'll talk Dodgers, Angels, Padres, Lakers, Clippers, Chargers, UNLV, and much more. We'll have great guests, contests, and giveaways. So listen online to Clubhouse Sports Radio every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. on VegasAllNetRadio.com. I'll see you in the clubhouse.
Hey, it's Roxy from the 702 Rock Show, right here at VegasAllNetRadio.com. Listen to my show every Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. to hear about local artists, musicians, fashion designers, and more, right here in Las Vegas. So tune in every Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. to hear me, Michelle Roxy Davis, right here at VANR on the 702 Rock Show.
Hello, I'm Stephen Hollingsworth, and I've had so many jobs in my life, from cleaning toilets and emptying trash cans to training and managing employees at multi-million-dollar companies. I've been an excellent employee with bad management and a great manager with less than stellar employees. That's why I created a new show called All in a Day's Work, for employees and employers to meet in the middle and have frank discussions about how we can work together to make work better. Join me for All in a Day's Work, Saturday at 1 p.m. on VegasAllNetRadio.com. Remember, it's good to have a job, but it's better to have one you love.
Welcome back to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasAllNetRadio.com. The final frontier of free speech. I'm going to go take a piss because somebody has to man the board. But now that it's back on, these guys are going to talk to you about some shit. So
We are?
yeah,
Well, please go take a piss. You
I'm
don't
going
piss
to.
on your pants.
I don't piss in my pants. I shit in my pants. There's a difference.
Oh, that's right. You're the shitter, not the pisser.
That's right.
Okay, we can live with that.
I still want to school the guys out in the hall about their basketball talk right now.
Oh, they're out there, yeah, really talking about it. They were talking about football too, the Lions. They're the sports show. They have a teenage boy that...
They were talking shit about Ray Allen. I was about ready to smack one of them.
Too funny. Yeah, we are on. We are back. So what do we got going on, Tox, over there? Talking about virginity? Did I hear that? Did I walk back in talking about virginity?
I don't know. It was something we'll discuss when we go back off as another.
Oh, I see. Possible thing that we're
thought.
going to do. Sounds like a plan.
Well, okay, I got chips because whores like chips.
So are you taking over the official show ho position? Because I've held that position for a while now. They've made me the official show ho.
No,
Are you
because
the
I
show
have to
ho
have
now?
sex to be a hoe, and I don't have sex, so.
Well, I'm sorry. Can I help you with that?
I don't know. Maybe Craigslist.
Oh, Craigslist can definitely
Wait
help
a
you.
second. I will.
No,
I will
she'll
go on
find you
Craigslist and
somebody
find you.
right now, and you could text them and say, "Hey, baby, come over here.
I
You
might
need a
have
pen?
another.
Oh, here you go. I have one. I know I have
Another-
one.
I have this one, but I'm using it.
Here. Walk over here. Put the camera around and show yourself. You can pretend that you're Sierra. All right, pretend you're
Watch
Sierra.
on there to see if you're
Watch
on.
on there to see if you're on. You didn't switch here. All right, so Glitz here as the board operator. How come the picture hasn't changed?
I have a delay on mine.
Ah, do you see
She
yourself?
She sees it live.
Okay, so Glitz, you're the head woman. What would you like to talk about now?
Well, we already kind of went through all my stuff, like how it was the devil.
Okay, this isn't about you. It's about the show now, because you're the head
Now I'm
lady.
on the spot. I don't know what the hell to talk about.
Scat?
Why is it only like the back of my head?
Because you have to move the camera. The camera is that way. Why is it only on the back of her head?
Don't
And the
adjust-
camera
I
is
am telling
behind
her you adjusted it.
You're gonna get yelled at.
Because she needs it to be at a certain angle to get all three of us. So that's why. That's the angle you get. So when we do see, if you ever watch it back, when you do see Sierra, that's the angle that you see Sierra from.
We have a request from one of our very loyal fans who just texted me. I think you should have Toxie and Glitz make out on cam.
Obviously, that is from Mr. Toxie.
How did you know? It's a very loyal fan. The thing is with Glitz, I think she would make out with every one of our guests if she could. I was really wanting you to make out with Michelle last week.
I know, but I think she's.
I think she was. A lot of those trannies have never been with women.
But what really intrigued me is when she said, "And I can still fuck like a man." I'm like, "Whoa, hi."
She decided to be you. To be you. But
I'm probably gonna get steak for
She moved the camera.
She did. She touched
She
it.
moved the
She
camera.
touched it.
She readjusted.
Somebody's taking initiative.
But seriously, about like Michelle Austin, I really wanted you to make out with her last week. But you're right. I think she was a little shy, and she had her pretty lipstick on, so I'm sure she didn't want to mess up her lipstick. But the pictures we seen of the guy that was a girl, but now is a guy, I would bang him so much, and his clit was so big it was a little penis. It was a sausage, Sierra.
I loved it.
So yeah, he was a handsome man. I would like weigh. I got a Chaz Bono thing, and he's like a Chaz Bono kind, and I would love that. So we do have a request from a loyal fan while you were gone. They want to see Glitz and Toxie make out on cam. And it was Mr. Toxie, of course, that said the request.
Of course it was.
He's a loyal fan.
I do have to say Toxie's makeout days are a little over. So
Why?
or at least
'Cause she's a tooth tipper.
I'm a tooth chipper.
Who chipped the tooth? I didn't hear
I
that.
chipped Glitz's tooth, so
Did
now I'm
you?
gun shy.
Here, come get my Cheeto.
I'm good.
Yeah, share a Cheeto, girl. Share a Cheeto.
I want you. Go get it.
Somebody is still drunk.
Wait, how can you not? When that is what's presented, I mean, how can you not? I'm a little turned on right now. I don't know. I really would like your wet Cheeto. Please give me your wet Cheeto.
Oh, I'm moving away. Okay, back up. Come on, girl.
I told you whores like chips.
Oh, really?
Come on, she's waiting for you. Come on. Don't spill that. Come on.
I'm not drunk.
It's okay. You can do it silver. Come on. Oh, you could have got a little closer.
I don't even think their noses touch.
No, they were like a mile away. That was a
tried.
cheater.
She was aggressive though. She wanted
I
that
wanted
Cheeto.
that Cheeto. It's very cheesy. It really goes well with my Red Bull.
Have you ever thought about Glitz having a relationship with a woman? Could you ever get there?
I don't know. I've never really gave it a lot of
Like you did
serious
experiment
consideration.
with a woman, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, like seriously, if you met a woman that you really felt you had some connection with, do you think you could have a girlfriend? That's an interesting question.
That is an interesting question.
Because I could
would
see you
just
with a
have
woman.
I would just have to see. Like
Maybe we should look for her a woman.
I think we should.
Yeah.
I think if she was going to be in a relationship with a woman, it would be one of the women that's already in her life.
Julia Sands.
Obviously.
That too.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Summer. Maybe Summer.
Oh, maybe.
Let me text her and find out.
Would you like? Wait, no. Let's ask her preference. Would you like a black woman or a white woman? What do you think your preference would be there? Would you like a BBW or
Definitely a BBW.
Yeah, I'm attracted to women with curves.
But I don't think I could do a supersized BBW.
Okay.
But maybe someone my size, or I would say within the 30-pound range of my size either way.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So I don't know. I guess I don't
Are
know.
you an ass man or a boob man?
I would definitely want boobs, just because I don't have them.
So they'd be fun to play with somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm actually the same. I'm very attracted to boobs. I'm a total boob woman, and I think it's because I do not have any.
And I am an ass man, and that is because I do not have one. I would be our favorite big booty cutie Eve. I would be her sex slave. I would do whatever she wanted me to do.
Yeah.
But and me, when I look at women, I don't look at boobs or butt, but I want somebody that has curvy, a big girl. So that's funny because I have boobs and butt, so I don't need to pick one or the other.
With Eve, I mean, not only is she absolutely gorgeous, and it looks all good underneath too.
Yeah.
But she has the best personality.
Oh, she's great
phenomenal.
person.
That's why I'd want her.
Mr. Toxie says that if that Cheeto would have been a Dorito, you would have got a little more action.
There are Doritos in that machine.
You would have got a little more action.
That's actually true. I would have
20 left.
I would have eaten that Dorito out of your vagina. I mean,
wow! The bag of Doritos now.
I do love me some Doritos.
Yeah, Mr. Toxie, he just tells all your secrets, doesn't he?
Could I be in a relationship with a woman, but me and her could occasionally have sex with men together?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? You just
Nothing that says
you
I
just
think
have to
that's
find
how
a
it
girlfriend
works.
Who's a bisexual.
Yeah,
You're
that'd be
bisexual. If you got to have a little dick once in a while, invite a dick over.
Be in an open bisexual relationship.
I could really see Glitz in a relationship with a
I
female.
actually could as well.
Yeah. Not that we I think that you're like a free spirit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we would all go, oh, cool. That's like
I'd ask to come watch. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
My daughter has a friend she's known since junior high, and I've seen her. You might have met Jessica, and through the high school, she's been with several guys we've met. Then there was a couple girls there for a while. In fact, one of her girlfriends came over and did all the handyman work at my house, and now she's engaged to a man. So you could mix it up.
Nothing wrong with that. I was engaged to a woman for a long time.
Yeah.
I've dated women.
Mm-hmm.
I would want like a dark hair, because dark hair, like kind of opposite of me. That way if or when we were with a man, it wouldn't be like the.
You'd want like a Sofia Vergara, like a Latino beautiful,
like a Julia Sands.
I don't know about the Latino.
Yeah, a Julia Sands.
They're fucking bat crazy.
Yeah, they are crazy.
Well, I think
love
we're
my
looking,
Latinos.
Says perfectly normal Glitz.
I think we've been looking.
She's been keeping Crazy
area.
Girl on the lockdown.
I know, right?
Oh no, I didn't this weekend.
Well, that's because you got drunk. There is an app you can download for your phone that will keep you from texting people. It's like airplane mode.
You can't drunk text?
It's like airplane mode. It's called drunk mode. And you turn it on.
It's a question I'm going to pose to you guys off air. Sorry, guys, because it's a little. But everyone disagrees with me, and I feel very strongly about it. So we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it off the air.
We can do that. No problem.
But yeah, the crazy girl kind of came out. Okay, I love you, and she said I could talk about it. It is pretty sad when Desiree says, you need to lock it down, boo. The crazy's coming out.
Yeah.
And everyone in the room is like, you need to take a look at who's telling you to lock down the crazy.
Yeah, because Desiree herself, and we love Desiree.
She's admittedly a crazy bitch.
Right? She'll tell us in a minute.
So that's what she said. She's like, I love you, boo, but, come on, you need to lock that bitch down. Push it down.
Push it down, way down. She needs her own special padded room with
But I didn't
67
do
lockers.
anything. It was
but
just a
was it-
conversation we were talking about. I didn't text anyone. I didn't.
Okay, here's
You
my
know.
question. Was it crazy bitch like, I'm going to kick some fucking ass? Or crazy bitch like, oh my God, I'm in love with this man and I'm going to text him like crazy?
Crazy bitch and like something that I want to be able to tell someone, and they're like, you don't have any right to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. It's not your story to tell, but you want it to be.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Well, no, it has about
How's
something
that
we've
go?
talked about in the past about someone moving here
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
and some rules that I want to lay down. And
Yeah,
they're like,
you
do
can't
that.
establish
that.
rules.
We're like,
No.
lock it down.
No, you
Lock it
down.
can't do that.
Give her a Rubik's Cube and put her in a padded room. Keep the bitch crazy. The crazy bitch occupied with something else.
Someone told me something this week, actually, and it was very fucking phenomenal the way she put it. And actually, she was my boss. And she said, you know what? Right now, this is the way you need to look at it. You living here, you're a perk. You're not the reason.
Mhm.
Oh, good point. That's a great point.
You're
it's
a
a good way
perk.
to look at it.
That is the way to look at it.
Yeah.
Tattoo that shit on right now.
Put it right on your wrist, so
Let's
every
get
time you
Nano
go to
right
pick
now.
up your phone, you're like, oh, I'm a perk. That's
I'm a
right.
She said that's the way you need to look at it. You living here, your situation with him in the past, that's perk.
Actually, change his name to that in your phone.
Perk. Oh, good idea.
That's what we're gonna call him.
Good idea.
We're
There
going to
you
call
go,
him
Perk.
Perky.
You know what?
from
This
now on.
this all goes with somebody. I was talking to a friend of mine who's is madly in love with somebody that's not madly in love with her. Okay, they're friends, whatever. So I'm like, well, you need to stop. Huh? No, I'm not going to mention who. So I told her, I go, you need to stop. Like what she does is she'll be like, God, I'm so in love with this person, and I'll do anything for them, and blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, you're tormenting yourself. So what you need to do is every time you start thinking that, you think, okay, he's my friend, he has a girlfriend, I can't go there. I said, just talk yourself off the ledge. So it's kind of like the same thing with saying he's just perk. Like when you start thinking like I need to lock him down and give him the rules and go,
I'm
go
just
perk.
a perk. I'm just
So
a
you
perk.
can talk yourself down off a lot of that. I learned that in actually marriage counseling years ago. The marriage counseling that didn't work, obviously, but.
Thanks
But
for
I learned-
sharing the helpful
But I learned,
advice.
no, you know what? This whole talking off the ledge thing that I did learn from this guy really has helped me a lot in my life. A lot. So, perk. Glitz the
It's the
perk.
percolator.
The perk.
hell, Dan?
Glitz the percolator.
Percolator.
Oh, she invented a new dance.
God.
I think maybe I am still drunk. Are you sober enough to? Never mind.
You are obviously not sober enough to be doing the show. Get out of here. Get. Drunk what person, you alcoholic.
Day yesterday was.
Yeah, she.
Are you sober enough to be drinking?
Are you sober enough to be drinking?
You sober
I didn't
enough
even
to be
drink this
drinking?
weekend. I did have a glass of
Oy
wine today at dinner
vey.
for Mother's Day.
Where'd you go for dinner?
We went to Mimi's.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
Nice.
a very nice dinner we had at Mimi's. What did you do for Mother's Day? Soccer? Had sex? She's not telling. Did you have
did
a
you
woman?
beat your child?
Did you have a woman? Okay, Tox
They
is
went.
locking it down.
Yeah.
Okay, you're allowed. You're
Sorry.
very much allowed to lock it down and not tell us.
Do you want my Cheeto?
Yeah. Then I went closer.
But you didn't get the whole
I'll
Cheeto.
get those Cheetos. Put the damn Cheeto in my mouth. There.
Totally censored by a mic stand.
What's that?
So that totally got censored by a mic stand.
That was
It
nice
did
there.
too.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice
that's
Cheeto
funny.
glitz.
It did.
Nice Cheeto glitz.
It's like that scene in the opening sequence of the second Austin Powers movie where they're on their honeymoon and they're walking around in the honeymoon suite and there's like the teacups and the flowers and the watermelons and everything kind of
Yeah,
blocking
holding and
private
blocking,
parts.
yeah.
That's kind of like what happened.
I was flipping channels a couple days ago and I came across something about Mary. That movie is fucking
It's
hysterical.
hilarious.
That is a
The
great
lady with the
movie.
tan just
Oh.
trips me
That
out.
lady lives at my apartment complex.
That's the one you
at
were
my
saying
complex.
at your pool.
She has been tanned from the inside out because she chain smokes while she sits in the sun. She is so brown. She has changed her ethnicity. She was standing there talking to me, and she has ruined her skin so much that it's all droopy and saggy and leathery. It really looks like it'd make a great, briefcase out of this lady.
Wait, no, do your imitation of her,
Earthling
though.
Steve wants to see one from your cleavage.
From hers or mine?
I think we best go with yours.
Okay.
I gotta get a
All
long
right,
one.
should we move the mic stand?
No, I'll just move the camera.
Okay. No, do your imitation of your neighbor lady.
Oh, she's hilarious. And she smokes, so she get like a smoker thing. She's like, "Oh my God, you wouldn't believe I was walking around 2 weeks ago when your dog was out, and I just put him behind your gate. I hope you don't mind." I was like, "No, I don't."
All right, this is for you, Steve. It's for you out there. Ooh, it's way down there. It's like my tits ate it. Woo! There we go. Now wait, look at my cleavage. I have orange stuff in my cleavage.
This is the kind of quality programming you get when we don't have a guest.
When we don't have a guest. Anything the guests want, you get when we don't have a guest.
Right? If you come into chat, anything you ask, we will do.
Yeah,
Within reason.
And we will have a game as soon as Glitz gets done with her portion of the game, right?
Yes.
Right?
I don't know.
You don't know what?
Yeah, we'll come back from the long. You got at least 40 minutes.
Okay.
We're good.
We won't do it till after the long break.
I have to tell you guys a story.
Good.
So I have. It's not even a fun story. It's actually kind of sad. So
Really?
I have these. I have a lot of friends. I have
Yep.
lots and lots of friends, and I love my friends dearly. But I keep a few just very close, very very close friends, and I have two from San Diego that I've had for years since before I was married. And so when I moved, they're still there, and I moved, and I'm really bad about keeping in touch. And out of fairness, one of my friends is just as bad.
Okay.
Some will keep in touch through Facebook or texting, and so one I haven't really kept in touch with as well, but I still consider her one of my dearest friends. And our mutual best friend texted me today, and she's like, "Happy Mother's Day," and blah, blah, blah. She's like, "By the way, guess who's going to be a mother in 3 weeks?" And I said, "Who?" And she said, this other one, our other friend. And I'm like, how has it been 9 months and no one has thought to tell me? Like, at no point in any conversation in 9 months, no one has told me. So it made me really kind of sad.
Wait a minute. A couple of weeks ago, there was something that happened locally in the community, and you said, "Why didn't anybody tell me?"
Right.
What's going on, Tox?
I don't know. I'm out of the loop.
But
Apparently.
you're always in the loop.
But I don't even know what you guys are
business
talking about, so.
You.
Yeah.
You do or don't?
No,
No.
she doesn't.
Oh.
No, she wouldn't.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So, yeah. So I don't know. Like, they're keeping you out of the loop.
My one friend.
Maybe they
the one
told
who
you when you were
me-
drinking.
No, absolutely not. That I would remember because, they were there for me throughout my pregnancy, and they were the ones that, were in the hospital after my
Right.
daughter was born. And they threw my shower. We've been very close, but out of fairness, I fully take responsibility. For
Is
not
she a
being as good at
Facebook
keeping
friend?
up. No, she
Oh.
doesn't. She doesn't have Facebook. She doesn't
Because
like
Facebook
to email.
is huge. Yeah.
Yeah, normally I'm like, if you want to keep up with me, just check my Facebook.
Right. Exactly.
You know what's going on, Mom.
Well, I'll tell you what's so funny is because my parents are not on the computer at all back home. And so, like, I will get messages, like a guy I went to high school with passed away a few weeks ago. His family literally lives on the next block of my parents. Now, I'm 3,000 miles away, and I had to call my mother to tell her that Paul had died.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't even know the next block over. And that's happened about 4 times with people that lives in my mother's little community, but she has. I learn about it out here because of Facebook before she does.
But out of the positive to the whole situation is people in the community, in the BBW community here, most know I do the show. But I keep it very much on the down low outside.
Right.
Because for reasons we've discussed, I don't want to, get fired. Um, so I do,
No
and,
one
and
wants that.
it's little minor things, and so it's something that I've wanted to tell them for a while, and I don't know quite why I haven't, but finally, I said to the one I was communicating with today, hey, I have something I want to tell you, and I told her, and I'm telling you, like, tears were coming because she could not have been more supportive. She's like, that is the perfect thing for you, and
That's
she's like, you're
awesome.
so funny and smart. I'm so glad you have an outlet now. And she was just so supportive.
That's awesome. That's
so
great. And she was right.
It
You
took-
are funny and
it-
smart. She
right,
was
it,
right.
it turned into a good thing, but
Good.
I was still very bummed that 9 months has gone by.
Yeah.
And I said, why haven't you told me previously? And our friend had wanted to tell me herself. She just hadn't.
Just have, you know what, time goes, I mean, sometimes you lose yourself in life.
It does.
Yeah, and
It
I get
does.
that. Life just
And
kinda
we
goes
know
by.
it, and
My family who doesn't live here all knows that they need to contact me because I'm terrible about calling people or emailing or anything else
Let
like
me
that.
tell you what my crazy ass mother, if she doesn't hear from one of us kids in a while, my mother will call. And like one time she called my brother and left a message on the voicemail. Hi, this is Mom. Just wanted to let you know that Dad broke his hip while he was chasing me around the house for sex. And one of your sisters is pregnant. Guess which one? Oh, and by the way, we decided to sell the house and move into a nursing home. Like she leaves these crazy ass stupid messages to try to make sure that her kids will call her back. My mom just fucking nuts.
that's funny.
Yeah, if you don't hear from her in a while. So it's just crazy. Are you alive? She'll say. Yeah, your dad broke his hip. And we're like, Dad broke his hip? What? It's all a big joke, my mom.
Just to get you to call back.
Yeah. Just a
I have a sister. I have a crazy ass sister. I call her Spawn of Satan. And
Wow.
she's I mean, it's very fitting if you've ever met my sister, but she will leave me because she knows I hate talking on the phone. Like if I talk to you on the phone,
You know why? Because you're on the phone all day for work.
it is. That's exactly
Yeah,
why. It's
exactly.
exactly why. I mean, even my mother will call me and I'm like, Mom, can't you text me?
Yeah, she called me one day last week and was
Yeah.
like, I said hello, and she goes, first off, I don't call people, so you should feel privileged. I was like, wow, hi.
Yeah, if I call you, it's a privilege, just so
Right.
you all know. But but my sister will call and leave me the longest messages. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, like 2 minutes in, and I'm like, I am just deleting this shit.
Well, I'm
I
telling
don't
you
have
all
to
right
hear
now,
it.
do not leave me a voicemail because I don't check them.
Really?
Send me a text, but I don't check my voicemail.
And I'm the exact opposite. I check all my voicemails. If you call me and don't leave a voicemail, I assume it wasn't important enough for me to call you back on.
Thank you. Yes.
Now, see, not me. I just look and say, "Oh, okay, Toxie called. Let me call her back." I won't.
Yeah, I
I'll
won't.
just call you right back.
Leave me a voicemail.
Yeah, because I want to determine if it's something I can answer via text or not.
Right.
But you guys, we all communicate via text.
Yeah, we do.
Or
we do.
emails if it's something long. So, by the way, no one responded of my email this week. Just want to let you all know.
Which one?
The one about all of the meeting notes.
I didn't know we had to respond.
Well, there was just some things like if you like I mentioned everything and I say, okay, like there was a question to you about our next shoot, and I think there was a question to you. Anyway, there was questions within the little paragraphs.
Oh.
So maybe I need to go by and
I
take the
followed up
questions
on
out.
mine.
Yes, you did. Oh, and by the way, your little invite was very nice.
I have to send it out now, but I need emails.
Okay.
If it's better through email, then I'll have
There's
to
only
use
a few
emails.
people that I think are better, but most of those people on the list
Are on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Okay,
So I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going to Facebook it out.
And if we don't
to
hear
those.
back from
And then
them,
we'll-
then we'll
you
email.
can create a private Facebook event.
Right.
That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So
Right.
that's what I want it to be sure
Okay.
of.
Perfect.
I forgot what I was going to say.
You had
I
a
don't know either.
story.
You had a story. No, that was the story about
It was
the
kind of
lady.
the story where
Oh, about the
I
lady.
find out one of my absolute best friends is 9
I'll
months
tell you
pregnant.
what's really sad, you guys, is like people that you went to high school with are starting to die. Like for me, because you figure I graduated. What year is like 1980 I graduated. So what's that?
30.
34 years ago. And in the last 6 months, two people now my graduating class was only 112 people. Okay. I went to a little private school. So in the last 6 months, two people I graduated with have died. That's kind of like scary. Like,
That's what
I
happens
had
when you
one-
get old.
Yeah, thanks, bitch.
I had one who died from breast cancer not that long ago.
Oh, my very, very, very best friend died of cancer a couple of years ago. It was devastating to me. But you know what's really strange, and I don't want to be all morbid talking about death, but I've had people die around me, but somehow when my friend Ann died, and her and I have been friends forever, and we used to joke about, like, she was like 5 months older than me. Oh, you're going to turn 40 before me. Well, she never hit 40. She died just before she turned 40. But it was the weirdest thing because it kind of like I felt like, okay, it's okay when I die because Anne did it, so it must have been okay. I mean, is that a morbid thing to think about? But you know, where death kind of fears you.
No,
but,
there's no reason to fear death. It's a natural cycle of life.
right. But it kind of like it made me at peace with it a little more that my friend went. It was I read.
Ah, hell, if she can do it, I can do it too.
Kind of like that, Sierra. But I read everything online I could get my hands on near-death experiences to try to, you know, I mean, she was even closer to me than like when my grandmother died. Your grandmothers are supposed to die. Your friend, who's your best friend since grade school, is not supposed to die, you know?
Yeah.
So I read everything I could get my hands on a near-death experience. And I sat down with her sister, and I needed to know the process to kind of, till it gave me peace about her going.
It's time for us to take our long
Crazy.
break.
Oh, it's break time. I'm sorry. The alarm went off. Go for it, Sierra.
You've been listening to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasAllNetRadio.com, the final frontier of free speech. We are going to take a long break, and this one's going to be a little bit longer than normal. You'll get a couple of songs from Static and one from Vendetta, and we'll be back after these messages from our friends.